Welcome back. This is a special episode because now we are on episode 0.1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, and this is probably actually this episode will have a theme to it. It might be a shorter one, but we'll see. Visceral. We're going to be talking about the new League of Legends Netflix original show, Arcane.
Mm-hmm.
We just finished it tonight. Actually, I've already seen it, but I watched it again. And Samuel and our guest, Christopher Clark, they just watched it for the first time. And let's get right into it.
Spoilers ahead for the show, Arcane, League of Legends. But first, guest, who are you?
Hello, I'm Christopher, I'm Michael's brother.
A G
And a half.
and 2 quarters, though. Not 3 quarters.
and 2
but
quarters?
2, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, half and 2 quarters.
Anyway, so
That's literally like 2. That's a
my
whole.
most annoying. Okay,
It's 2 G's.
whatever.
A G, a half, and 2 quarters is a whole.
We're gonna address this how we address, say, a doctor's office thing, and just jump in with our strongest opinions and what's on the top of our minds, right?
All right.
I will be honest. The ambiguity is the biggest thing on my mind, and then how Caitlyn is gay.
Ambiguity.
That's literally it.
Ambiguity in,
That's
in
literally
what
it.
way? Or the ambiguity of like the not being there as strict like good characters and bad characters.
Okay, so here's the thing. The ambiguity, most of the time, I don't really mind it, right? But I feel like, or I think that ambiguity in things doesn't really bother me. Like if the sole thing that is producing said ambiguity is like rigid, like, and has a form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like with this show, I very much felt that the ambiguity reflected like the people like who made it. Like this show, like there's a lot of relativism in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like if you think about it, the main thing that like governs that is just like it's like your actions and like death, basically, right?
Yeah.
And so, but like I get the feeling that like the people like who made this show, they are very so much themselves relativistic and ambiguous, like, which gave it a very gray, muddy water feel, which I don't mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just that is the take I get. And then also, like, there aren't very many dialectic extremes, like opposing things like that, like paint a picture, which I also don't mind. But the one we had was Vander, and then like the main evil was Silco.
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end, Silco is like low key, not good, but like he does things, and I'm like, you're not completely evil.
He does things that make him,
Exactly.
not completely like Satan.
Exactly, which
Which is uncommon for lots of villains.
exactly. And then the big disappoint, the best girl turned out to be the not best girl, Caitlyn.
So,
I still have hope, but
previous,
even
or
sadly,
what are we calling her?
former
best girl.
yeah. And then
Caitlyn.
the actual best girl got vaporized.
Deceased.
Yeah,
Sky.
literally so good. But then okay, like she had everything going for her,
I know.
looks and attributes, and then
Vaporized.
no,
Are we talking about Caitlyn?
yeah, Caitlyn, you know, and I was like sick, you know, but then I
Dude,
just
the
like
blue hair
"Aw."
gave it away, man.
Nah, man.
Blue hair.
No, dude, like it wasn't that color blue, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
It was like a deep blue.
No, I agree.
I hope like she's not completely gone.
I mean, I know she's not completely gone, but
Some
that
people
aspect,
they
Jinx has blue hair.
yeah.
some
but
people they
she's
undergo this
pretty,
path. Yeah, I don't know.
She's pretty loopy.
But Michael, what were you saying like 5 minutes ago
About what?
about why? It almost makes sense, right?
About why? I don't even know.
About why Vi and
Oh, yeah,
by the
yeah.
way, there it is.
I think I was thinking about like the weird attraction between Vi and Caitlyn, and it's not like it's just the thing I could appreciate about it, like I was looking for some silver lining to the whole thing.
Same, yeah.
And like a lot of times shows throw that kind of like lesbian gay stuff in the show just to like be like hey, we support this, or we like want to just put this in our show so that people know like this is okay.
Yeah.
But like that might be some intent behind why they're doing that, but it doesn't feel like the same way.
It doesn't feel shoved down my
It
throat.
doesn't feel shoved down your throat.
Exactly.
Because like the characters that this happens like between, like it's the same kind of stuff that like reflects in like our real world. Like you have Vi, a person who's been in prison for years, and she's just like hardened by like her time in the Undercity.
Hardened by almost anything.
Hardened by anything. Like she's brute force, angry, but still has like logic to her. Like she's just like a powerhouse. And then you have Caitlyn, who wants to be like something more, but she's been sheltered by her family this whole time, hasn't been allowed to do anything like dangerous or like meaningful with her life. And then these two characters meet and are thrown into like this crazy traumatic scenario.
Yeah.
And it makes sense why they'd find like peace with each other, because you have
Exactly.
why like in that twisted like way of looking at things, why they would seek each other in those ways, like because you have Vi,
Which I do appreciate a lot.
I appreciate
that too.
that the characters actually have realistic like desires, like
Exactly.
twisted as they may be,
But
they're
still
realistic.
There. Yep.
Like Vi, like the angry like powerhouse, finds like this like
Solace.
finds a solace in Caitlyn,
This
who
dainty,
this
sheltered,
dainty, sheltered,
quite like frankly, gorgeous character.
Yeah.
And honestly, though,
No, yeah. And Caitlyn finds the same solace
Cap.
in Vi, who's this like adventurous powerhouse
Yeah.
that Caitlyn's always wanted to have
be,
some part in her
yeah.
life. She always wanted something like that in her life.
Yeah.
And then she gets that from Vi. So they
Yeah.
get things from each other.
which I deeply appreciate.
So
because
like
it makes
it's
sense.
not like these two. It's so one thing I hate in shows. Okay, I dislike the homosexuality regardless, obviously.
Yeah, same.
One thing I hate is when you have a character in a show, and the only reason that character is in the show is to be the gay, like
Exactly.
attractive
Yeah.
person.
Like a token.
Like
Right,
token
just
black friend.
using
Yeah.
the movement to gain like a
Yeah.
little bit of like
yeah,
traction or anything.
that and the fact like they'll put in a character, and that character's only personality trait is that they're gay
Yeah.
for another character.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
It's
they're
so
gay.
dumb.
But Vi and Caitlyn, obviously, that like sexuality is not what makes them their characters.
Exactly.
That's like a minor part. You could go the whole show and try to like ignore that, and you'd still be amazing.
Exactly.
Like
Or like if that wasn't in there, like
they'd still be rich characters.
exactly. Yeah.
But it's not unrealistic that
yeah,
it's
I
in
didn't
there.
think about that, but that is a very good thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
It
It's
is.
not just and that's why you said it doesn't feel like it's shoved down your throat, because
could-
neither of them
yeah.
are just token gay characters.
Exactly.
They're real, and they need like they're essential to the plot.
They are.
They
Both
are.
of them are essential to
Yeah.
the plot without them being gay. Like,
Exactly.
The fact that they're gay isn't essential to the
Yeah.
plot.
And the fact that most
Yeah.
people are straight in the shows is also not essential to the plot, and that is
Yeah, exactly.
that's one of the things.
Although
If someone's only defining factor in the show is that they were straight, it wouldn't be a.
Well, it'd be the
it'll be the most default show
It would be
there.
the most default show.
It's just like, sup, dog? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like girls.
I like women, man.
Same,
Cool. What
bro.
else do you like? Just women.
Literally, that's it.
That's
Living? Nope. Death? Nope. Food? Nope. What?
Yeah,
Women?
you like
Oh,
to
okay.
you like to draw?
Roll
Nope.
credit. Roll credit. It's like, what about the woman do you like?
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know. just
At the
whole
very
thing.
core,
Yeah.
the whole package.
the whole.
Can you go into
package.
deeper than that? No, not really. That's all I got for you.
Roll credits, dog. Token straight.
Token
there
straight
we go.
character. Would watch again. No. No.
As I'll be like, do we should make that like a short, you know?
The token straight character.
Just to show
Maybe
how
like-
it feels to have it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
dude, like, it would break the like fourth wall and be like, look, in case anyone's like annoyed or sad, this is a straight character, so relish in his glory. Now let's continue with the story.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Too funny, bro.
As-
Did we mention he's straight, by the way?
He's straighter than a
introduces
barn
himself,
pole.
and right after he says his name, he's like, "Hi, my name's like so and so. I'm 23, and did I mention I'm straight?" Like,
no. He starts off saying, I'm straight.
Hi, I'm straight. My name is so and so.
Yeah.
And did I mention I'm 23?
Exactly. But anyway, Mill's mom, come on, dog. She was interesting. Like, I was like,
What's her name again? Do you know?
I didn't even care.
Medarda clan or something.
Medarda.
The clan lady, like the big black lady with the
Yeah.
scars and
Tries
the
the
gray hair.
cuisine.
I liked
Yeah.
her. I liked her character design.
Yeah, it
a
was
lot.
cool. Yeah, design, but
Oh,
not
yeah,
design.
the scars.
Yeah.
She reminds me. Okay, like the whole like. I don't know. She's like living in like ancient Greece times. She
Yeah.
feels like she's a Spartan.
It does,
Or
yeah.
Roman or something.
And yeah, they're using those like young men. It's like
Yeah. Okay. Like I feel like if they had good writers, they could easily make they can make a Overwatch
oh,
show
absolutely.
with like the Overwatch like cinematics, and it would slap. But like
It's almost been
The
too
same as
long.
this.
the
It would be,
writers,
like-
yeah.
It's
you know.
almost been
It's
too
kind of
long.
passed out of the
Yeah.
public eye.
They could have done that maybe like 3 years ago, and it would have been.
Or
fire.
just instead of
I thought they were
Overwatch 2,
gonna.
pour your money into a show.
It's too late.
I'd be there.
It's too
But anyway,
It's in production already.
yeah, this Arcane opens up like so much for not
it does
just
so much
this
for
will
the
push
industry.
Blizzard to actually do it.
possibly
Maybe.
not just the fact that Arcane's like groundbreaking in the style that they do, like the music, the animation, like the storytelling, but it's a game. It's like
It's a
that,
game,
that
dog.
opens up so much.
Once the show's over, you don't have to just say, "Oh well, it's over." You can literally go play the characters.
And learn more about the characters and figure out more about the characters and then learn next season, like this guy, you know, it's like, oh,
like
it's
the
sick.
potential there is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It actually
And the,
is.
I mean, just the amount of
KDA
money.
in season 2, please. I'll be so happy.
Yeah,
dude.
League has built up this entire like
Universe.
and they're like now making a story off. of it.
Yeah.
The thing is, they've
For
only
anyone
built
to
up.
enjoy.
They've only built up one city, and then like told us about another nation.
You're right.
So like,
Yeah,
they have so
the
much
whole
room
world.
to work.
But
And
people that-
you know
people
there's
that have
characters in League like who are from like an alternate dimension.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
be.
people that have played the game are probably like they mention a city and they're like they just know all the lore.
Well,
and
see,
they're
here's
like,
the
they know
thing.
the interplays
Like,
between other cities. and
Exactly. Like there are so many things that like there like were so many things like in Arcane that like I was sure like that has to be like an Easter egg like for like their alt or something, right?
stuff. Yeah.
Like when Vi like blocks, you know,
Mm,
and like she has like a bubble, you know.
Get a
Yeah.
shield.
I-
Right.
that's got to
I
be
basically
like
like-
a Q ability or an E ability.
I bet you that's like an E ability that like you know,
Yeah,
or like when Humdinger, wait, like is that his name?
Heimerdinger.
Heimerdinger, like he makes the top right, and then
Something
like for
that.
like the kid, I'm sure like that's like his old where he summons like tech and like he makes something or something, right?
Yeah.
Like all these things, you know, like
They can just use in the game, like copy paste.
exactly,
Jace with the
or like
gun,
vice versa.
Gun
Yeah, or copy
hair.
paste from the
Yeah,
game to
you
the
know,
show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like I'm sure, and the people
Oh.
like who know lore that well, they are like, dude, that's like the E ability, or
Yeah,
they
yeah.
or like they can be like, bro, like, you know, use that attack.
Yeah.
Then they see it and they're like, no freaking way, you know,
Yeah,
like
just why aren't you using it?
exactly.
You
like,
have it every like 15 seconds, bro.
Yeah,
You could use it 3 times.
The cooldown is up.
Come on, dog, just use it again.
You've definitely gotten alt charge. by
use
now.
it again.
Oh
Stack
my
the ult,
gosh.
stack the ult. It's like, all right, he's speaking mid, like he's speaking mid. He's
Yeah, like these comp players, they're like, trust me, the alt is charged.
I
like
feel
Echo,
It's just-
use
it's
the,
just there,
use
just press the
Echo.
button.
Exactly.
It's begging you.
And
Okay,
then-
wait, the
yeah.
best. Okay, are we done on that tangent
Yeah,
for now?
yeah.
The most pleasant surprise, which I figured out 20 minutes ago, thanks to Samuel and Christopher, was the fact that Echo, one of my favorite characters in the show, regardless of
Yes,
everything
sir.
else, is actually the same character as Echo from the music video Giants that League of Legends
Well,
did.
wide awake now.
And that
That's
music
a
video
wild
is one of my favorite
It
things League of
slaps,
Legends has
dude.
ever produced,
It's so
other than
good.
Arcane.
Oh yeah.
And now Echo from that music video is a main character in Arcane. And
Yeah.
I love both of those characters so much.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're the same character.
For like solid
It's just-
episode or like 2 episodes, I thought Echo was dead because of Jinx's.
Same.
I thought he was
Like you
dead.
saw it go, tick, tick, and I was like, "That's implicit imagery." There's like the sperm
Uh-huh.
and egg earlier, you know.
I love how they let you think he was dead so you get that, but they didn't fully kill him.
Exactly.
I like that a lot. Because they
Like
didn't,
you felt the depth.
yeah, like they could have killed him there.
Oh, easy.
But I think it's
And, like,
better
not
that
much
they
would've
brought him- I
changed,
think it's
yeah.
almost good that they brought him back. Like,
I mean, so many
Oh.
shows nowadays just kill people off to try to make you feel something, and this show doesn't need to do that.
You're
well,
right.
this
it
show
doesn't do it.
made you feel that, but then brought him
Well,
back.
it does kill people off, but not
Yes.
like willing.
One thing to be sure is that the show grabs you. You know,
Yeah, it does.
it
It
grabs
grabs your
you
attention.
somewhere, some way.
When you start an episode, this is what I found. Like, it just flows till the end of the episode. Like, there's no parts where you're like, I'm gonna skip this.
Yeah,
Or, like,
same.
there
wasn't
Well,
a
no,
part
it's
where I
like
was
there
like-
were 2 parts
Okay,
where I
but
was
not
like that.
because of like they were boring.
Exactly.
Because they were a little too explicit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, with their imagery.
Okay, and the funny thing is that those parts wasn't like the whole Mill and Jace part. It was the parts that were like just wrong, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay.
Well, the thing about the Mill and Jace part is that it was with the
Victor.
Okay.
That
Which was
sequence
so
was
well
insane.
done.
Like, obviously.
There's 3 things I want to talk about.
Yeah.
But like they had to flow well. Like so, you go.
No, you go for it.
No. Because like this like was one of them.
What? Just the sequence of
Yes.
like, yeah, the sequence of like Jace. What's her name?
Of them having sex.
Yeah. What's her name though?
Mill.
Mill and
Or
Jace.
Mel, I don't know.
That whole sequence
The black lady.
where they're on the balcony, and then you have Victor, and he's like discovering.
Striving.
She's like just working hard and striving for this.
Because for him, there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he dies tomorrow.
Like potentially.
Yeah.
Literally.
And so
And
he's
his
just
life's
like,
on the line, and but the 2 scenes become one scene, and it's just like
it's so well done.
it's not even cuts. It's just those scenes flash in and out.
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
the screen never goes black and cuts to a different. Well, it does in the first few moments, but then after that, you have one scene. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's one scene with 2 totally different scenes,
Yeah.
but like the imagery flows together so well. Oh,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like they're
Dude,
they're
you're
embraced, and then he like cuts himself, and like the
The-
blood comes off.
Exactly, because it's like
Oh.
the blood mixed with like, then like the like
It's like the life of him goes into like the
exactly.
the power of
Yeah,
the
That-
runes.
dude. Like there's so many just like interesting things about it, and then he's just like, because like Victor. I mean, honestly, like I can't blame him like for anything because he has nothing. He has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
He's gonna die. You know. And then Victor and Jace's character is so cool because Victor is like Jace he's like
Jace. Was
he has a good path, you know, because like he sees like his wrongdoings, then like he really corrects them. Like
Victor.
yeah, no,
Jace. I agree.
Like, even when like he makes the weapon, and like he like is that sick fighting sequence, you know, it's amazing. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Then like he even sees, okay, I've gone like, too far. I'll go the other way, and he does.
But it's
you know?
not that he retreats fully. He just
he learns and he moves on.
He recognizes-
Exactly. Sometimes he really does make the right decision.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
He listened to Heimerdinger and didn't release the technology to the public. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
He actually did it. Like,
Yep.
he didn't
Yeah.
make a mistake and have to go back and fix it.
Like,
He
yeah,
did the right thing
Heimerdinger
right
was
off the bat.
Heimerdinger was wrong that they shouldn't have waited 10 years. I
Yeah,
think.
perhaps not 10 years.
But yes,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you saw he almost blew up like the dog with the laser thing,
Right.
Yeah,
or whatever that thing was. It wasn't a dog.
it was like a
Yeah.
ram.
little fluff ball with, with
Fluff nugget.
horns the size of its body.
And I had a bandage on the horn. Like what the heck?
I didn't
yeah,
think about that.
Victor, very cool. There's one thing is that they know how to do fight scenes.
Oh my god.
And fight scenes that continue the plot, not like just like ambiguous, like here's like something like to make all the characters look cool. They do that.
They do that in more.
Like the only fight scene that doesn't like continue the plot, if you think about it, is like oddly enough, they all do. But if you think of one that doesn't, it would be I'm trying to think.
I don't know if any of them.
Yeah, like
I think they all continue
yeah.
the plot.
Exactly. you
Yeah,
know?
none of them
Like,
were
even
just.
the first one, like
yeah,
like back when those low level thugs like find the 4 of them, you know,
oh, that was crucial to their character
because like it
development.
starts her like throwing the tech and is like you're a jinx, you know.
Yeah, that's crucial to the whole
It's all
story.
just good. And then Victor, yeah, like those characters are noble. Jace and Victor are the most noble, I think.
Well, Vander was the most noble.
Well, yeah,
but
right.
he's no longer with us.
Vander.
Rest in peace, Vander. Jack Burton.
There was so many things about the show where I was just like disappointed, but
Yeah.
not in like a crushing way. Like in just kind of a that's too
They
bad.
There was a lot of.
They shouldn't have. Or they could have done it better.
But it's still interesting though.
I know the shows are very different. There's some similarities, but Attack on Titan gave me a similar feeling. The first couple seasons gave me a similar feeling as this season's given me, where I know, like, it's so cool and entertaining. The story's amazing, but like, if that was it, I would be so disappointed. I
Yeah.
know I'm
There's more to it.
only like I'm like so happy with this story because I know that the characters are going to continue to grow,
Yeah.
and that there's more. Like, if that was where they left Victor, or if that's where they left Jace, or if that's where they left Vi and
No,
Caitlyn,
dude.
I would
All
be
in
very,
development.
very disappointed.
Exactly, in development.
Yeah, they're still in development, and Jinx even. Like, I want to know more. I want to see Jinx.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna go back to the way she was, obviously.
But like she
No,
has to go somewhere.
But she can go
Drugged up on
somewhere.
that
Like,
shimmer, yeah.
like, yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting. So maybe it's that same feeling of like Attack on Titan gave me, where like I was just so excited for next season because I know there's gonna be more mystery and questions, but at the same time I'm gonna get some answers,
Exactly.
and the characters are gonna develop and grow.
That's true.
Like, yeah, different stories but similar feelings, you know.
Mm-hmm. There are also like many parts that like gave me the feel of Star Wars. You know.
Oh yeah, the political
'Cause,
side
like,
especially. I think for me.
Yeah, like mainly
And the
the
Senate.
yeah, mainly all the prequels, cause like
Mhm.
there like were parts like where they were like with these like noble but like dirty-handed like characters like in the Senate, you know,
Mhm.
and then like it would flash back like to this duo or this like trio in the slums of like society, i.e. like Coruscant or like in the war or like Tatooine, like where there's like morally like ambiguous people like who aid them, you know.
Yeah.
Like in the one episode where like it was Jace and Mill and they like were like scheming and stuff, and then like it would flash back like to Vi and like Caitlyn, you know, like that whole arc, you know, like was very much like Star Warsy,
Mhm.
you know. Oh my gosh, that one sequence blew me away when Vi and Caitlyn they escape, okay, the like hellhole place,
Yeah.
and then it shows I think Victor like is doing like he's doing something then, but then
Mhm.
also Silco, he is like just like being like he's being driven insane, you know.
Mhm.
And then oh yeah, it's the same one where Jinx holds up the beacon, you know.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's just-
Yeah.
it's just
she's
so
and she's
sick.
wanting Vi to come back. To
And
her.
then Vi shows up.
And but right as she's about to give up.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah, it's crazy. In that moment, Jinx like forgets that all of their hatred. She
Exactly.
just wants to be loved.
it's hope, you know.
She just wants to be loved. That's all she wants.
She wants to be loved.
Yeah,
Which is why
Silco isn't too isn't that bad.
Which is why Silco has
Yeah.
like that's his glimmer of hope in him. Is that in some twisted way he actually loves like
He
Exactly.
would never have given
Jinx
her
as a-
up.
Because like he
as a
didn't.
daughter.
Yeah. You didn't.
Even when she
didn't give her up.
literally killed him, he was like, I never would have handed you over.
Literally, yeah.
which is what a real father would have said.
Exactly. Which is like,
So-
you hate to see it, but at the same time, you're like,
It's like,
oh
did
my
that cause more
gosh.
damage than not? I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's still like
And
it,
dude, Silco's relationship with Vander is so good because, like, I brought this up, like,
story wise.
yeah, you know,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Health
Story-wise.
wise, I don't know.
But like, he sits.
Relationship goals.
No.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm gonna shoot you and then feed you nasty 7-3. Anyway,
My
Um,
eyes gonna turn all red and orange.
and then I'll get
And then I'll
your daughter to
manipulate some
You have
daughter
to, like, use a needle to strike your eye with cocaine or whatever.
black tar cocaine.
Anyway,
yes,
yes sir, yes sir. And-
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Anyway,
yeah, sorry.
but like in the scene where like he is torn, and where does he go when like he's torn? Like he goes like to Vander, you know,
yeah.
and like he sits there, and he even pours him a drink, you know,
Yeah.
and he's basically like, look, like, dude, you know, like, what does he say? You know?
I don't know exactly what he's saying, but
It's
he's
just really
realizing
good.
he's like, I'm like, I can have everything I want right now that I've ever fought for,
Yeah.
but I have to sacrifice the people that I love to get it.
Which he
is
doesn't.
what he doesn't, and the reason he goes to Vander to talk about it is because that's exactly what happened to Vander.
It
he
is.
could have kept fighting for what
Exactly.
he wanted,
Yep.
but he didn't because it would have
'Cause
meant
the kid.
losing the people he
Yep.
loved. That's
Yeah.
why Silco went to Vander, because he's realizing what Vander.
I didn't realize that, but that makes sense because
Yeah.
like
he's like
Like, in
it
the
all
beginning-
makes sense to Silco now.
everyone gives Vander the hardest time
He's
Like,
like, you don't
what are you
understand.
doing? Yeah, exactly. You don't
If
understand.
I do this, my reason for fighting would go away because I would lose the people I love, and
Even-
that's the reason I'm fighting.
even
You made
Vi's
that
like
mistake before.
exactly.
Yeah.
But even Vi's like, bro, what are you doing, dog?
Because she doesn't
Which is
understand.
interesting, 'cause
See.
Vander got it wrong the first time and right the second time.
Exactly.
Silco got it right the first time.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's so
dude,
many different things.
This is why I like talking about things. 'Cause I could realize nuggets that make it so much better.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm like, did they even understand this, or are they just rolling
Or
with
are they
this
just-
character so well
Yeah.
that like they're like thinking, what would this character do? They do this, and they don't even
Exactly.
fully understand why. They're just putting themselves in the shoes of that character.
There are so many things like that I don't even assume, and they're like they don't even understand or realize what they're doing, but it's so pivotal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Like the thing you pointed out with them on the bridges multiple times.
yeah, that has to be planned.
I don't even know. I'm like,
Really?
was that planned or was that not? Or does that just happen to be the case? Like
Yeah.
I mean, that specific bridge.
the specific bridge, probably, yeah.
Probably.
Oh, one of my.
Oh, I see.
Speaking of those scenarios, which was planned. This one was planned. One of my favorites is Jason and Victor. When the first time Victor
Oh,
really
yeah.
meets Jace,
Oh, yeah,
Jace is
absolutely.
about to commit suicide, and Victor's like, "What does he say?"
Am I interrupting?
Yeah,
you?
he says, "Am I interrupting something?" And then Jace turns around and he's
Yeah.
like, they talk, and then Victor, like years later, is about to commit
7
suicide because he
years,
feels unloved. The best girl just died.
Dude,
And then-
literally.
Anyway.
Yeah, and he-
finest,
Freaking
not necessarily,
Sky.
but best.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know, man. I
She
don't
died.
know. And then
Finest
Jace
way to
comes
put
in.
it.
He's like, "Am I interrupting anything?" And then they're like, they save
The
each other's
brotherhood,
lives.
yeah.
Like that's what the brotherhood is. It's not like they literally, like if either one of them wasn't in each other's lives, both be dead.
You're right. They would
They'd
be.
both
yep.
be dead.
Which is what it's all about.
Like they are
Sticking
holding
together
each
for the
other.
cause.
Like the problems of the world would have killed each of them
but they,
without each other. But
yeah.
they have each other, so they lean on each other. And
Like,
they
that's literally what-
save not just
that's
lean on each
literally-
other. They pull each other back from death.
literally. Oh yeah. See that. See like that. I don't know. Like if they're like people are gonna talk about our show and say they're gonna save each other from death. Like
Yeah.
it just kind of rolls, you know. And it's like, is that
Yeah.
what they intend to happen, or is it just a
Well,
thing of the human
yeah.
condition? Because it's
You
like,
know they intended for like those parallels though.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
I
you have
like
to.
because it creates this connection, this bond between Jason and Victor that isn't like you can't show any
Pretentious.
other way. And
Yeah.
it's not pretentious. It's like it's like super powerful.
It's tangible.
It's super tangible.
because you're like, oh, like they're good friends. Like why? Because you know.
Yeah.
But then the
yeah, it's good.
the whole bridge thing, you know, like they're on like the Golden Gate esque bridge like a long time.
Mhm.
But then also
Lots of stuff happens on that bridge.
exactly.
It's the
But
only
also,
way
like-
to cross from the underworld to the overworld.
Pretty much,
To the-
yeah.
to the
But the
top side. I don't know.
but there's that one thing where like it shows
Fine.
focus.
Which bridge?
Oh yeah,
Like them fighting.
episode 3, right?
Oh, okay.
That one bridge where
Which-
like
which
it's
bridge?
Vander,
Oh, in the
Milo,
warehouse.
and yeah, right. And then it's all of evil guys. Then there's like a causeway bridge, and
okay.
like the purple shimmer
Shimmer.
is underneath, and then Vander has like his like gauntlets and like they're fighting, and then the first time like we really see Vi fight, like resurrecting
so cool.
Vander's things is on the same like causeway type thing, but now instead of
I
the
didn't make that
But,
connection.
yeah. but instead of the hex tech being used for like destruction and death and like, you know,
Yeah.
it's channeled as a weapon through Jace.
Yes.
And yeah, which is very interesting. And that fight scene might be my favorite fight scene, honestly.
Oh, it's good.
That one,
The
like an
second
echo.
Echo. Okay, that episode 7, I think it was, or 8 maybe,
Dude,
where
it
Echo's on the
slaps.
bridge.
Yeah.
And that scene for me, I was like, this show is groundbreaking. Like that, I knew it was already.
But that
That
consummated
The fact
consummated-
that they made that song for that scene, like they don't use that song ever in the entire
Never
show.
again.
And now the fact that I know Echo's the guy from Giants. Ah, so good.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
leave
gosh,
behind.
he's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
He's so good. And then like it like tells you a whole story like that without them talking at all. You understand they used to play this childhood game, where Echo would always
Yeah.
lose in this game against Powder.
Powder.
And but then like this is the moment it's gonna have to be different, and then like
It has to be
the music
different.
stops and it like rewinds, very similar to Giants.
Yeah.
Rewinds back, and then they start over again.
Okay, is he? Sorry.
No, what?
No.
Okay, well, and then the whole scene plays out, but like in reality this time,
Yeah, and not
in
just,
real
yeah.
time, yeah, and
Takes
like,
him out.
and then he pulls through it for the first time. We can probably imagine this is the first time he's ever beat her at this game, but it's
Probably.
like actual life and death.
Oh, yeah, because they do that back in episode like 2, right?
Yeah, but we don't.
Kind
It's
of.
not really like
Yeah,
explained.
exactly.
It might
But,
just
like,
be a moment we
But
see.
it kind of is though, because like we see that like she's like a really good shot. Like Milo's like
Yes.
just blazing, like nothing's happening, and he's like,
Yes,
like,
we know she's a
suck.
really good shot.
Yeah.
And but then like, oh man, it's crazy. Yeah, and that whole scene, and then the way he stops before he could literally knock her out with one hit, but then he pauses and just like looks at her with
Because
like
he's like-
empathy and mercy.
Because he realizes,
And then she
like,
proceeds
Vi's
to blow
like,
him up.
hope.
Hope, hope,
But
hope.
he's like, nah. And,
And
then,
then
he realizes, like, oh, shoot.
This is still Powder.
Yeah.
This is still a little girl I knew.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, his axe thing, I don't know what the heck that is, but it's so sick.
oh, he's like his like the
What is
the
that?
bow
So,
staff
the only
axe that he
person to
carries.
ever wear a bulletproof vest. Like why?
Oh.
Why doesn't everyone do that?
Yeah, you're
Literally
right.
Every single
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It saved his life.
It comes in clutch like 4 times. Okay, like, is he like a time traveling character?
Echo.
Yeah.
I
feel like he is.
I could see that. We don't
It
know.
wasn't
We don't.
explained.
We don't know much lore about League of Legends
He
compared
did
to
use
some
that clock
people. So
twice. I don't
compared to
know why.
everybody-
magic, dude. Anything's possible with
You're right,
League
yeah.
of Legends magic. Like time travel, totally.
But like Hex Tech is. Yeah.
Maybe Echo's
There's
Wait,
no magic
alternate
wait,
in the
reality.
city, that's
Was-
the whole thing.
Wait, who's the guy? Like you saved Jace like, as a kid? Like in the snow?
We don't know.
We
who
don't
that
know.
is, but
That's
it's
just
a
some mage.
Oh.
And he's the one who gave him the runes and inspired him his
The,
passion with magic.
Yeah.
That probably is a time traveler or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that I
probably.
agree. That
Yeah.
scene was so cool.
It was.
Dude, I saw that and I said they don't know how not to make an AMV.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, dude. You're right.
They're like music video. Like that's just they. Use,
The whole thing is yeah.
Yeah, they use their
Ah,
techniques in
the
making
whole
music videos in their filmmaking,
It is.
which
Oh,
is
dude,
so
yeah.
cool.
Here's another thing.
Like
Oh,
I
sorry.
bet right now there's like so many music videos coming out
In
about
the AMVs.
about yeah.
I know. I think I might make one tonight. Like, why
Honestly,
not?
Yeah. Okay, the Transcendentals, right, Michael?
Truth, goodness, and beauty.
Exactly.
Amen.
If you think about it, like you were saying recently, and like I agreed that like recently like truth and goodness like has been kind of ambiguous, but beauty like is there. You know?
Yeah, not ambiguous, but like harder to apply in some ways to like
Or harder accepted.
harder
kinda.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, harder to apply, harder to use like as proof in some ways because of the way our society is right now. Like you tell someone what's true and they're like, you can't tell me my truth.
Yeah.
You tell someone what's good, you're like, who are you to tell me what's good?
Yeah.
You show someone something that's beautiful and they're like, yes, because you can't argue that. Or
Yeah,
you could
like,
say
even-
no,
yeah.
but like you like something inside of you is like yes.
Yeah. Like even if like you
It gets under words and it gets
Yeah,
Yeah.
it transcends something.
Exactly.
Which truth and goodness they do that,
they do
but beauty does that in a particular way.
exactly
That is needed in where we are right now.
exactly, but also like I mean like there is like the whole like, level of like I mean I don't think like she's as beautiful as as you think, but there's still like a beauty that I recognize, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, this show, like if you think about it, goodness, truth, but
they're,
beauty.
I mean,
But the truth and
They
goodness
recognize-
shine through that.
it
Like,
don't-
does,
they
but
don't
not as much.
necessarily follow the truth, but they're trying to follow what they think is true.
Exactly.
which does fall like the truth is hidden throughout the whole thing, which is my favorite thing about the show. And this goes back to what we were talking about, like how Vi and Caitlyn, like it's not unrealistic what's happening. Is like they're not trying to form like the rules that our actual reality follow. They follow those rules. Like if
What do you mean?
Yeah.
like the truth in this reality is still the truth in that reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's not like they've bent like the rules, like
Yeah.
like the ethics of the world of our reality to make their own ethics. Like there's still the
That's
same
how a lot
ethics.
of things are. That's
Yeah.
how a
Which
lot
is-
of books I read are,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
not. It's like these aren't even the same
It's
laws
just not even-
that we follow.
Wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
just
like not like
by our
laws. Yeah,
nature.
yeah, exactly. They change human nature.
Which
That's
is-
a good way of
which
putting
is
it.
Right. Yeah.
Which is even the whole thing they're trying to do with the Shimmer.
Exactly.
When Heimerdinger goes like that's in violation of the ethos. Like I was like, I disagree, but
I respect
I respect that
that he has that kind of a claim.
he's even trying to follow some ethos.
Exactly, because he's like, life doesn't work like that, dog. you
Oh,
know?
I thought the ethos was like a political agreement between.
Well, the ethos
Probably
ethos
is,
is
but-
basically the ethics of a city
I know it.
in some ways.
Yeah, in some ways.
Well, I think that's the definition they're rolling with.
Yeah,
It's like that's in violation
Yeah,
of
but
the
even so,
ethics
yeah.
of the city we have founded and
Yeah.
that we decided to follow.
that's true.
I mean, which they all violated because they accepted magic.
Well, I don't think magic
Yeah, I
was
don't
in
think-
violation of the ethos. It was the
No.
abuse of
Certain things are in violation of
No, it
somebody's
was.
ethos.
it. It was a violation of my ethos. If you know what I mean.
Exactly. Mel's mom. Okay, the thing that most scandalized me
It was like,
was
That-
Mel's mom.
That girl.
I will be honest.
whoa.
Like
Dude.
I was turned off more by some things and like but like the thing that was downright just most annoyingly was just like Mel's mom.
the cuisine.
I
It was
think
just
part of
so
it was because
dumb.
that was not necessary.
It
That
wasn't.
Was unnecessary.
You're right, it was
But even
unnecessary.
still, like I thought, like that was how like lots of Greek civilizations were. Like,
Roman Greek.
like it's not completely out of the question that a
Yeah.
society could do that.
You're right. Yeah.
So it's not like totally taken out of nowhere. Like that's literally how ancient Greek civilizations were.
Exactly. You're right.
So I mean, like obviously I hated it as
Yeah, I
well,
was
but
like,
It's like,
"Bleh."
whoa.
but it wasn't.
Dude.
It didn't feel just put there for no
pretty
reason.
sure Jace
I mean, like
felt that
yeah,
way,
it
too.
was like, but it was there to demonstrate her
It
her
was,
character,
yeah.
which you're supposed to kind of feel ugh about.
That's true.
I feel like.
Okay, back.
Sure, if
Yeah.
you're dating someone, you should never see their mom
Naked.
In a pool
Dude,
with
yeah.
another
that
man.
whole scene, I was like, "What is going on?"
Dude, you should have seen Christopher and I. We
We're like,
literally like just listened to
oh.
it.
Really?
I saw it once and I was like, nope. I didn't listen to the whole rest of the scene. I
That's
didn't even
hilarious.
watch it. I was like, it's not worth it.
That's so funny.
I don't need to see like.
She got out of the pool, and I was like,
Oh really?
She like, I'm done.
Dude, I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah,
I didn't
you,
even
you
know.
don't- You don't
Yeah.
see anything. Jace, you see his character there. He doesn't falter. He's just like he like stares her in
It's
the eye.
Jace Bridget.
He's like
I
I'm
love when
dating your
Jason-
daughter.
Yeah.
Like, staring in the eye.
Flame on.
He's not a
Flame
pushover.
on.
He's not a pushover. I like
You're
that
right.
part.
See, that's another thing. Jace isn't a pushover.
It is good, and there's so many opportunities for him to demonstrate that he could be a pushover, but he never like
He's not
Yeah.
a
falls
pushover,
into
but he
those.
also admits when he's wrong.
Well, that doesn't make him. a
Jace
pushover.
is just a good
Yes,
man.
yes.
He's a good character.
Yeah. I mean,
He's just he's
Yeah.
an average guy. Well, not
He's a
average,
real
but he's
character.
trying to be a good man.
he is. Yeah.
He's not
yeah,
perfect,
he is.
but he's trying to be as good as he can be.
Yep. Like same with Victor too.
Yeah.
And Victor,
Yeah.
the only thing wrong, or no, Victor's biggest thing is that
Flaw.
yeah, like in my opinion is that like
He killed best girl. Sorry.
I
he
mean
didn't
He
even
didn't
do that.
actually.
like,
he
he
didn't
literally
actually.
could not stop.
is that like
Oh, that hurts.
in terms of like operating, you know,
Okay.
is like Jace operates off of like no knowledge and like more things like in the open, whereas Victor is more interior,
Yeah.
you know, and like he does things like yeah, you know, like whereas Jace is more like exterior, you know what I mean?
I agree. There's two. Okay, there were two scenes that were like the same kind of thing was happening that I like hit me so like hard. I might have even teared up the first time I watched them both.
One.
It was the two hugs in like the
Mm.
show. The hugs.
I felt those.
They
dude.
were so powerful.
They
Okay,
were.
The one where Caitlyn hugs that like the street urchin who's been
Yeah,
abused
dude.
by like who's abused Shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
He like she knows like this guy helped her, but she knows like this is an undercity person who's abused drugs his whole life,
Yep.
for a lot of his life. Acting super suspicious. She's smart enough to know that he might hurt them at some point. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't completely trust him, but in that moment she knows he needs to feel loved.
Dude,
and she
yeah.
she could have just walked away and said thank you, and that would have been powerful. But not just that, she like hugs him, and like
Down
for a while, like
physically embraces.
she
the
like
man.
gets in that man's mess, like, and he's like
He doesn't even like men.
You're right.
Facts.
I mean, honestly,
It's even
I mean, like
more.
it helps her out for this point. you
Yeah,
know
for
what
this
I'm
point,
saying?
she's like, but yeah, she like hugs him, like,
But yeah,
like
mhm,
it's powerful.
She does, you're
And
right.
she's like, thank you, and you could just see he was like overcome, like he didn't know how to take it.
Dude,
And she's like, you still might betray me in the future. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
exactly. The biggest thing that hits me, or that makes me like emotional, is like humanness. You know?
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
why the hugging scenes were so powerful.
That's one of
for
the
me.
Yeah.
things that kind of shocked me about this is there was no one to take like all of my hate, like or
Exactly.
That's
all
what
of
I
my
love
life.
about it.
Every
Yeah,
single
exactly.
person had something wrong with them or something good with them.
Yeah, you
like,
couldn't-
Silco's not all bad. Vander is not all good. Like there's
Yeah.
no one to take.
You
Exactly.
you
All
can't
your
direct
emotions.
all like you can't like direct all pure hate or pure like affection towards.
Not like Lord of the Rings with Sauron
Exactly.
and like Gandalf.
Yeah.
It's like
Like
Yeah.
that story has its
Merits.
like merits and has its like uses, but this is a different kind.
Dare I say, it's a story like for this day's age.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Cause like, okay,
When Lord of the Rings was written.
well no,
Oh, excuse me.
no, it's all
not that one.
Not that route.
yeah, like this story,
Yeah.
right? Back in like say like this like came out. Okay, like we'll just go with that. Say like it came out at the same time as Lord of the Rings, right?
Mhm.
It would not be as good.
Would not fly.
Exactly. Same with
Stop
vice
watching
versa.
just for the lesbianness.
Exactly. Same with like vice versa, right? You know?
Yeah, I agree.
And so it almost makes sense that it's like in our culture, like the confusion, the dirt, like the worry, the like
Yeah,
conflict.
the culture's reflected in it for sure.
Exactly. Which is also, I always like those things, like where the culture is. So, like, I just like the outside. Oh, it is.
yeah. Sometimes I just like step out, you know.
Exactly. Oh, and at this point, we must do our classic ASMR section.
Why?
We will be holding a plastic bag, the classic.
Get the
Oh, glue.
bottle.
Oh yeah. Okay, Michael, but we always use a bottle though. We have here a kombucha bottle.
Mango lime.
This is a Kavita Master Brew. Ready? We're going to. Oh wow!
Sam, you're messing up.
Caitlin, who?
What?
Sorry, dude. I don't know what I was saying. Crispy. Ready? Listen. Thank you for this ASMR section.
Anyway, I had another point. I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
make. So I made like the first hug scene was Caitlyn
Oh,
in the
yeah.
ocean. The second one that I was like, oh.
Yeah. When was it?
The first one or the second one?
Yeah, the second one.
The second one is when Vi hugs Echo.
Oh yeah.
So Echo's like been hardened. Like
dude. Yes, dude.
Echo's been
My
hard-
heart got so emotional then too. I exactly remember that.
when
Yeah.
Echo's been hardened by like all the stuff that's
the world, the
happened.
strife.
His friends have basically left him, or he thinks they've all died.
died, yeah.
He sees Vi again. He has reason to think that Vi's with Jinx now, and he like has her locked up. But Vi already has the handcuffs undone. She
doesn't move.
She doesn't move. She lets him think that she's still cuffed, so that he'll stay there. And he's like yelling at her, and then she yells something back, and he like yells back at her, and she's like, and at that moment she pauses, and she's like, "Wow, She realizes he's grown up.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're not just a little kid anymore. You've actually grown up because you would never used to talk back to me.
Exactly.
Like you've grown a spine. You're a man now." And then she sees all that, and she realizes like what he must have gone through like to become like this.
yeah.
And then she just
It's
lets
so
go,
human.
and she like embraces him.
Dude.
And he's like, "How long?" And he like
And he gets shocked.
and he's like shocked. He's
Yeah.
not. He doesn't push away. He's just so shocked. And then he's like, "What are you
like,
doing?
"How
What are
do
you
I
doing?"
get
And
the
she's
handcuffs off?"
like, I forget. I wish I had like the words.
No.
Exactly
Like
what she
he
says.
basically says like, how long were the handcuffs off? And
Yeah.
then like she basically says like she says something that like transcends like time.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't say those words, but like the words they give that effect, which
Yeah. It's like
which is very powerful.
I wish I had the words, but she basically says something like, "Look, it doesn't matter like what happened. I still like love you the same way."
Yeah.
And he like you're still the same friend that you were like
Yeah.
that many years ago to me.
Exactly.
And he just like this giant rigid man of a person. Like he just like
Well, not even man. Like, he's just like a boy.
yeah, still, but he still has manly aspects that
Yeah,
are
he
like
does.
very very like pronounced.
Responsibility. being
Yeah,
the main
the
thing.
responsibility like the the
white hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the white hair. But then he just like starts tearing up right when she says those
Yeah.
words, and he just embraces her fully.
You're right.
And that hug, dude, I was just like,
The
ah!
hug, like, you can feel it. It's just like, you know.
Like that hug is what like that like the human condition that he was in craved that kind of affection.
It did. You're right.
And he was just like it was receiving it.
Yeah, you're right.
Remember when the guy licked the bald guy's
Okay. The opposite of the scene we were just talking about. No one,
is a dialectic extreme we have.
no one craved that except for the guy. It was
With the tongue. And he proceeds to get destroyed.
Well, actually, no, he didn't.
Actually, he doesn't. Yeah.
Because he's a freaking coward.
Yeah, he's a coward.
True to his character.
Yeah. Okay, like I like
I'm
how.
sad the South Korean guy with like the golden jaw died.
Yeah, he was kind of sick. I think he was Japanese actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, South Korean. Okay, that accent. I couldn't tell if it was South Korean or Japanese, but it was one of those, and I was like,
It's not. I feel like it's not Chinese.
He said Japanese or South Korean.
What?
He said Japanese or South
He
Korean.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you said it.
Sorry.
Okay, but okay.
I feel like South Korean, just not just from the accent. I see the accent could go either way.
I don't think it's.
I don't know. He
Japanese.
feels more South Korean to me, but I can't put my finger on it.
Same. Yeah, but he feels like
American. I don't know.
He feels like a K-pop idol. Is what I'm saying here.
like a twisted one.
Well, yeah, but
Really kinda
K-pop idols aren't that dark. Well,
Some
are,
can be.
Some are
Some.
tragic.
It's right
I don't know
there,
about
one guy,
that
his name-
dark. I don't know about dark enough to try to kill like some guy and
With a
take
lighter.
over like a drug empire.
I don't know, dude.
All right. I don't know either. Then I guess you're the resident K-pop expert here.
I am.
My boy Sam over you. Woo!
Grek, grek.
Grek, grek, grek. Annyeonghaseyo.
안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. Dang, I should probably get going soon because we're
Yeah.
gonna watch
I
The
think
King later.
I think this might conclude episode 0.1, a very important episode. We're getting close to our first episode, Sam. One.
Wait, no, wait, what?
You know, we start 0.0
Oh yeah, you're right.
First of all, why did you do that?
because we had to like give room. We can't just no. This is good.
We gotta find.
Gotta find your own quirk.
Yeah. Before we actually make like
Yeah.
the first one, we have to
We
like.
are gonna have an episode
Gotta get
with
some warm up.
Elizabeth and with Casey and with
Ooh,
Mac
Mac.
as well. That one's good. I'm excited for that one.
that'll be good. We got some pretty amazing
Good
guests
lined
in the
up,
run up
yeah.
in the like lineup here.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, really, no. Thanks for having me on the podcast.
Of
boy.
course,
Yeah,
of
dude.
course.
Episode 0.1.
Yeah, woo!
Marker.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
But
Yeah, a stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone. Did you ever see that video?
Yeah, I think you did.
The black guy, like he like an ASMR like bank robbery.
I didn't see that video.
I told you about that.
Dude.
All right, anyway.
God bless.
Thank you all for joining us for this.
League is good, but just
Absolutely.
watch out for episode 7. I think.
Yeah,
okay.
7 minutes.
Mel's
Still
mom.
good.
What?
Still good.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining us for this very historic episode. It has been a good conversation. We'll be back with you, possibly with a guest
DM us
star.
if you
We'll
want,
see.
like, to ask with any new like topics,
New
or
questions.
things we're
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about,
for sure.
like a Q&A.
All right. Have a good night. God bless, and we'll see you next time.